You know, if we can succeed in making it so that everyone across the world, or even a very large percentage of people, are using Facebook and all of the different applications in the development community to share information and connect with the people around them, then that's a really powerful change in the world. And we think
These days there are multiple ways to stay in touch with everyone. One of the most prominent ways is Facebook. Originally created for Ivy League college students, Mark Zuckerberg's website skyrocketed into the social network. There are currently over 750 million Facebook users. Some use it for communication, while others take advantage of the site, like for procrastination or bullying. The question is, how much of Facebook can be good, bad, or ugly? Mark Zuckerberg launched FaceMash in 2003 while attending Harvard as a sophomore. He hacked into Harvard's computer network, which at that time did not have a student directory. That site was taken down by Harvard administration. Later, in February of 2004, he came back and launched Facebook.com. Good friends of Zuckerberg helped him promote the page. Gradually, throughout the year, Facebook expanded across the country to all other college students. At this time, high school students had to receive an invitation to create an account, but in 2006, kids from ages 13 and up were allowed access. From the business side of this, Sean Parker became president of the company, and their headquarters were in California. Mark Zuckerberg has since then taken full control of the company, owning 24% of it as of June 2011. Facebook has been the most viewed site in the world. Zuckerberg's main points of discussion is how Facebook shares information.
you can see all the things that you have in common with that person. And it's just like, it gives you this amazing connection with that person in a way that the current version of the profile that we have today just doesn't do.
You wouldn't believe how obtaining a Facebook account can make an impact on your life.
My name is Meagan and I'm 27 years old, and I was diagnosed with acute myelomonocytic leukemia on December 3rd of 1989 when I was 6 years old. I was brought to New York Hospital and was diagnosed there. I was treated with chemotherapy. They wanted to do a bone marrow transplant, but there were no matches. And I was sick for 9 months. I went into remission in August of 1990. I've been cancer-free for 21 years, just this past August. One of my doctors, his name is Dr. Larry Faulkner, and he is from Italy. I never really talked to him after that, and I was thinking like it would really be nice to get back in touch with him. And I found him on Facebook. Also, I just searched him and I found him there, and so we've been in touch for the last couple months. The organization that he runs called Cure 2 Children. Dr. Larry started his Cure 2 Children Foundation in Italy 4 years ago. I told him that I had quit my job and I was looking for something to do, and I've always wanted to work with kids with cancer and their families and kind of give back, and he said that it was the perfect timing, and he was starting Cure 2 Children over here in the United States, and he would love for me to work for them over here. I've always kind of wanted to work with kids with cancer and their families because I've always wanted to give back to kind of the same community of people that have helped me when I was sick. So I've always kind of been looking for something to do in that respect, and just so happened that like maybe a couple weeks after I had emailed him that he was going to be in Washington, D.C. for a conference, so he asked if I would come down and meet him for lunch. So I took a train and I met him. He told me about Cure 2 Children, and I told him about what I've been doing in my life, and you know, he kind of asked me again if I would still be interested in working for Cure 2 Children, and of course I was, because it's a really good opportunity to help people that were in the same position as I was. I'm going to be the United States liaison, so I'm going to be doing fundraising and grant writing, and I'm going to also be taking all of our video footage from all of our projects and making them into you know, little short videos for purposes of fundraising and awareness and stuff like that. I actually love Facebook because I have a lot of friends who live in England. I have some friends that live in Argentina. I also now, through some of my friends from England, have a friend in Iceland. So it's really, really hard because it's expensive to call people in other countries, so it's hard to keep in touch and stuff like that. And sometimes emails get lost and people forget to respond and stuff. And so Facebook, I think, is a really, really great way to get in touch with people and to keep in touch with people.
The social network is constantly teeming with updates from friends, fan pages, and groups. Some find it difficult to not become caught up in checking your account on a daily basis. But for some, it's not even daily, it's hourly, and for more, it's even shorter. Why? Some say they feel the need to constantly be aware of who's in a relationship and where the latest drama is coming from. But is Facebook becoming too much of a distraction for us? Are other people's social lives limited because of their need to update themselves 24/7? For a few, the answer is yes. Facebook is an addiction and it's starting to take its toll much further. Students are finding themselves procrastinating and neglecting their schoolwork just by typing in a password, and before they know it, they've been staring at a computer screen for hours instead of doing their homework that's due tomorrow or studying for a test the next day. But it's not just teenagers and college students on the addiction, it's just as well adults. Employers, employees, and all other members of the workforce find it simple to reach for their smartphone or make an attempt at a pass at the firewall at work just to let the world know what they're up to. So the question remains, how does someone resist that urge to immediately reach for the laptop and sign on? Does Facebook fix it, or do you? We all know what it feels like to be tossed around with a string of words that are nothing but hurtful, but to be consistently told that you aren't normal, pretty, skinny, or any other demoralizing value is an unimaginable situation for a few. Nowadays, we hear more stories of teenagers that were bullied online by their peers, but they kept it all inside. Sometimes these victims take matters into their own hands, and when they do, it's usually for the worst. But what can somebody do? You, Mark Zuckerberg? What can you do to bring this terrible epidemic of cyberbullying down for good?
15-year-old Phoebe Prince moved here from Ireland. She began attending South Hadley High School last fall. She was trying to adjust to a new life in a new town, a new country, when she fell victim to a growing trend.
Phoebe Prince appeared to be well-adjusted and happy, but underneath, friends say the 15-year-old freshman was tormented, a victim of cyberbullying. But she never revealed her pain. According to a letter from Phoebe's high school principal, what began as mean-spirited comments at school soon found their way online, something experts say can be far more dangerous. Phoebe was found dead in her South Hadley home days before a big school dance. This isn't the first time cyberbullying ended in death.
Even if you can diminish the cyberbullying factor at school, everyone has the freedom to post whatever they want at home.
Cyberbullying can be so dangerous because it leads to cyber mobbing, where kids can get together and attack another child 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Many believe the staffing of Facebook should monitor these crude posts and have them removed immediately, and if the statuses continue, to delete their account permanently. But anybody can recreate their own account and just get right back up to their bullying. Around half of teenagers have been victims of cyberbullies. Only 1 in 10 kids tell their parents, though. And fewer than 1 in 5 cyberbullying incidents are reported to law enforcement. Cyberbullying is now against the law in all 50 states of the United States. Cyberbullies are no joke. They are just as bad, if not worse, than any other bully out there. They can take advantage of the fact that they can hide behind a computer to make someone feel bad about themselves, so that they are perceived as superior. But we can all do something to change it. Anybody can be a target, but anybody can help them overcome it. If you know someone who is cyberbullying or is acting as one, help them now. You never know when the circumstances will be taken too far. Facebook is a social network, here for anyone to use for free. It's how you use it or abuse it that matters. Use it to share information, stay connected to your peers, friends, and family members. Don't take advantage of it and use it to make yourself feel better by putting someone else down anonymously. Facebook is originally made for good, positive purposes. Let's keep it that way.